Hey, welcome back fellow creators. In today's video, we're gonna breach on the subject of verification. How does that process work and what you can actually do to get the ball rolling if you feel that you qualify for verification. For those of you that aren't familiar with verification, it is that little blue tick that you'll see next to a username, whether it's someone's handle on the For You page or it's on their profile, and it is a verifying symbol that that person is actually who they say they are. It's not an impersonation account. So the first thing I want to discuss with verification is that you cannot request or buy verification. The way verification works on TikTok is not the same as it does on Instagram, where you can actually go into your profile settings and you can request verification every 30 days if you feel that you're at some high level of notoriety on Instagram. With TikTok, someone actually has to reach out to you, or you have to have a contact at TikTok who can get that ball rolling. You can also not buy verification on TikTok. Please hear me out on this. This is the #1 scam when it comes to people falling victim to false opportunities on TikTok. We covered this in another video, but there's so many falsified emails, phishing pages of people reaching out to you, claiming to be TikTok, sending you an email in which you click a little verify my account now button, and they end up collecting and harvesting your credentials and they hijack your account. I cannot tell you how many people reach out in my Instagram DMs telling me that they've lost their 2.2 million follower account because they were so excited they were about to get it verified and someone else now has all the login access. And it's because of instances like this that TikTok recently started to require a two-factor authentication whenever you log out, which is one of their new updates. Let's go ahead and get into the 3 methods of how you can acquire verification. There are really 3 different ways depending on how established you are on TikTok and depending on which scenario you fall into. So the first scenario is verification through notoriety. If you are a musician, if you are a celebrity, if you're a business owner, if you're a brand, and you already have a substantial following on a platform like Instagram and you are verified through there, the best way, and this is the way we work with a lot of our clients who are already previously established on other platforms and verified on those platforms, is to reach out to TikTok's verified accounts on Instagram or Twitter. They've got their verification support on Twitter. I'll link all these profiles down below. Use your verified account to DM them, and usually you'll get a good response, and they'll usually get the ball rolling from there. Sometimes they'll send you a notification directly through your notification stream on your account, and you can follow the steps that they plan out accordingly, and you can input your information into the form that they give you. It's a very basic form about who you are. You're linking your other socials. You're not inputting any login access details. If you're ever asked to do that, please avoid those supposed verification steps like the plague. TikTok is not going to ask you to do that. Occasionally, they will reach out to you via email, but when they do that, you are going to see an @tiktok.com domain from that email address. Please double check those emails. I tell you, that is the biggest red flag and the biggest indicator of it potentially being a scam. Let's move into the second way that you could potentially be verified, and that is through verification through a partnership or through some sort of a sponsorship. This is pretty common with Instagram as well. If you are someone who has an established account in the pet landscape, or you talk about mechanics or cars, for example, a lot of people have gotten verified at all different stages of growth with their profile. Some at 40,000 followers, some at 300,000 followers. They've gotten verified by partnering with a company like Mercedes or Tide or some of the big brands out there who, whenever they launch a campaign on TikTok, they usually want the network of creators that they are collaborating with or partnering with to all be verified to really represent their brand in the best way possible. This can apply to many niches. There was a pet account I worked with recently, and they got sponsored by Chewy, which is a huge pet supplies company, online retail company, and they were able to get verified through Chewy's contacts. All right, the third method for verification on TikTok is verification from scratch. This is the most common boat that people find themselves in. So there are a few thresholds that you need to meet. Now, these are the thresholds that I've gleaned based on my interactions with getting clients verified through TikTok's creator launch team, which is essentially the representatives that will often represent certain territories in the world, like the US verification team or the UK verification team, depending on where certain creators are located. Now, I do want to mention as well, these are not ironclad. There are some exceptions out there, but for the most part, these are the ballpark thresholds that you need to shoot for. So #1, you need to have a minimum of 500,000 followers on TikTok with clear signs of growth. I don't know exactly, this is a gray area in my mind, I don't know precisely how many followers you need to be adding a day, but you need to be having an upward trajectory with your profile. If you're stagnant, if you're plateauing, chances are you're not gonna get verified there. There need to be clear signs that you are building momentum on TikTok. Number 2 is you need to have high levels of engagement. You're not going to get verified on TikTok if you have one video that just suddenly shoots off and gets 60 million views. Although that's certainly a great viral opportunity, that one-hit wonder does very well. A video on a whim like that is not going to get you verified. Next, you need to have high account authority on TikTok. And what I mean by this is chances are you're not going to get verified if all you're doing is recycling crutch content. Crutch content is you simply just siphoning off what you see on the discovery page or what you see from the For You page. It's much easier to be verified on TikTok if you have a defined niche or a specific group of people that you're actually creating content for in particular. If all you're doing is recycling the trends or challenges, well, at the end of the day, there's nothing original there. Anyone else can take those same ideas and replicate them at scale on their profile versus you contributing originality to TikTok. The last thing I want to mention as well is you got to have headlines out there. This is a must. We've seen this multiple times be often the sole reason why profiles are not verified, and we've gotten responses from TikTok's creator launch team saying there's just not enough notoriety from you as a creator outside of TikTok. It's great that you have a big audience on TikTok, but if you don't have articles written about you, you're not being highlighted in certain pieces from, Business Insider, for example, that talk about certain categories on TikTok, then chances are you're not going to get verified on the platform. We actually, there's a friend of mine who had a CNBC piece written on him, and TikTok reached out to him right after that piece and got him verified. And there's been many instances as well. AJ Joyner got that pressure on TikTok, had a couple of pieces written about his pressure washing business, one of those micro targeted niches on TikTok. And lo and behold, a few weeks later, he got the blue tick on his account pretty quickly. If you take any of these creators that you'll often see verified on TikTok, even with some smaller followings, if you search their name followed by TikTok on Google, and you actually go and you look at some of the articles that come up, there is conversations. People are talking about these creators outside of TikTok. I'll tell you, famous birthdays really helps. I know they're really picky with who they let into their index of creators that they feature there, but a lot of people that get into famous birthdays almost always get verified pretty quickly on TikTok as well. Again, you can try your luck at knocking at their front door. I don't recommend trying to hack or inflate the process by actually hiring people to write articles. Keep it organic. Just be the best you can in your niche. And if you're focusing on obviously sharing information that is valuable or being as entertaining as possible, and you have videos that do well, just by default of that, you're going to get some press outside of TikTok, and it really helps to expand your network. Chances are, we've seen this with a lot of financial creators that we've worked with previously. When one gets highlighted, all of them get highlighted, and it's kind of a snowball verification process where the space gets featured on Business Insider. And we saw mathematicians, a couple of teachers on TikTok a couple months ago actually get verified because of a few Business Insider articles on that space in general, and a lot of those accounts were featured. So if people are talking about you, chances are you're going to get verified. Usually, from what I find, it's a good 4 to 5 articles that you need on you from different media publication sites, or a couple of really big pieces. If you're in Business Insider, or if you get highlighted by CNBC or any of these big news sources, then it's going to be a pretty easy game from there. All right, so that pretty much concludes this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. I just wanted to keep this very short and concise. These are by no means ironclad. There are some exceptions out there, but generally within about a 90% chance, if you meet these 4 criteria, you've got external PR pieces on you, external outside of TikTok. We're not talking about highlights or a creator spotlight in their newsroom. I know a lot of you have kind of checked that box. That doesn't count, unfortunately. Even though you may be part of some TikTok campaign, unfortunately, they don't always fend for their own in many instances. I would encourage you as well, and I'm just going to throw this out there, if you do meet this criterion and there's any way that I can be of assistance in the verification process, feel free to shoot me an email, reach out on Instagram, and I'm more than happy to put you in contact with someone from TikTok's creator launch team, depending on where you are in the world. I don't charge for this whatsoever. I just want to be clear, you're not paying anything. I really offer this because I see so many people struggling with impersonations on TikTok, and people legitimately getting scammed, falling victim to false opportunities, and it's a void that desperately needs a solution. So if I can be of any assistance in this process, please let me know. I would encourage you and ask you rather aggressively, please do not reach out if you do not meet these criterion. Send me the articles, show me the PR pieces, and make sure you meet these thresholds before you reach out, and we'll see what we can do from there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully I was able to shed some clarity here on the subject of verification, and as always, we'll catch you in the next video.